Just get us IP. I'm gonna get everything updated on OBS. I kinda just want to put NC on ban.
ain't shit certain but death. To make it out of here, take a certain finesse. Down trying to earn them a rep. It's cold to the shit you gotta learn to respect. Really, I turn up for less. Like who now? It ain't even worth it to guess. The man going now, you looking nervous and next. And you gon' end up right with him on a shirt with some text. I'ma burn up a check. Have my little birdie cook him, he a personal chef. That nigga learn from the best. Got a plug in the Carolinas, I ain't personally met. But if you ain't paying homage, I'ma service the debt. You know I'm loud with the steppers, you niggas not with the pressure. That bully ball from the cupboard, the fully stock on the dresser. I put his car to your sucker, you know we rockin' the letter. My niggas not finna let her be on your block with the extras. Little Swizzy on the stand, you get ass gang. A little winter net fang, got his ass flame. I told him mirror bust it down, leave the back plane. That's why this bitch in my whip got your last name. Two down, one on top on the phone. Leave the car running, little cutty knock on the door. Why the ones ain't bad to stay talking the most. Lee say it with your chest when you talk to the goat. Goes to the shit you gotta learn to respect.
Alrighty, folks, hope you guys are doing well. A quick mass report happened just a little bit ago, funnily enough, but took 20 minutes. We're back underway, and we're going to be looking to get into our last match here of EU. Of course, it is going to be Grindas versus FORZE here in this best of 3 to determine who will be moving on into the close qualifier, and I am joined back by DutchBoy after we had a brief 20-minute break of not our choosing.
Yeah, it wasn't our choosing, but we're back. And we're here with full force. 3 maps that we will be seeing between these two awesome teams. FORZE, of course, also having to go ahead and go through the ESL Challenger League part, where they have to play tomorrow versus Bait, a match that we will be streaming. A little bit of a hint. So FORZE are definitely looking like the best team here coming into this one. We'll have to find out what Grindas is going to be able to do. They themselves, of course, with Magilla and some very, very good individual players from the Lithuanian side. So I'm looking forward to this one with FORZE picking Anubis as a next map and Mirage potentially as a decider. So 3 awesome maps to be watching out for. Starting off with that Nuke one.
No, but it is going to be rather interesting to say the least. Nuke should be a good map. So I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. I mean, Grindas picking it, or Grindas picking it rather. I think that's a little awkward, right? They themselves being more of a stack and then playing on such a high valued map, high prestige map where you have to get yourself those team plays up. I'm looking forward to what Grindas have to offer on this map.
But it'll be interesting to say the least. I mean, just looking at the statistics as they are, taking a quick peek at that. We do see that the side of Grindas, of course, doesn't have any statistics really to go off of. FORZE picking up this one, or having 2 maps played recently. Unfortunately, we're both losses. They're the 1-1 in Webster, going 16-11 both times. They're in regional stuff. Meanwhile, their map pick, which is Anubis, they played it once recently. They did lose it as well up against Spirit, 16-11. They dropped it. So this could be a rather hard one for them to do. They do have one of their more confident maps coming up after that. We're going to be looking at 62% win rate there on Mirage. That's over 8 maps. So they have themselves a little bit of confidence coming into that. They did lose it recently, or twice recently, 16-8, 16-10 to 9 Pandas and Sampi accordingly. So should be good to go.
Yeah, it's pretty great to be continuing here. FORZE, definitely the team, right, that has the more statistics going. Grindas more of a team that I've previously noticed to be a very, very decent showing in terms of like individuals, but also I feel like on a map like Nuke, when that's your main pick coming into this game, I really feel like you have something to say, and you've definitely been playing more often with this lineup, besides playing this tournament itself, right? Besides playing this this qualifier, definitely looking good. First time cancelled, and we'll be starting off here with his first map.
Yeah, we'll get back underway. Of course, we're going to be looking to see how things do roll forward into this best of 3. It's going to be a rather important one. Well, as we do see the match beginning anew, Audio, there it is. It's now coming through. Now, of course, FORZE starting off there on the CT side, while we do see Grindas sitting there on the T side. For the time being, it looks like they want to play over here towards the top sides of A. A couple of players there to hold things back. You're going to be looking towards the man of Turner. Try and find out one, but we do see Sid Ivo find out one. We do see results there on the trade, keeping it down into a 4v4, but as we do see it coming down evenly so far into a 3v3, ZNX able to find out one, while Disguises goes for a frag, but unfortunately isn't able to pull it through, leaving it all down to Sid Ivo. He's the last man standing, stuck here into a 1v2, looking to play here into the post plant, playing for many, fouls up a couple of shots, but they're in the gap with the smoke, or rather creating the gap with the smoke with the shots. He's not able to find the final or find the first, which leaves it to the side of FORZE to take to go 1-0 here on their CT side.
And it's cool to have a player as ZNXX in your team, previously known to be the heavy hitter from Webster's, now obviously finding himself here in FORZE. A very good pickup if you ask me. So I'm very much looking forward to what he is going to be able to get further down the line here in this game. On my tap, he looks like he's disconnected, so I'm not too sure if that's something interesting.
Are they playing it out?
Yeah, no, but he is still here, so...
Oh.
CSTV, messed up, yes.
Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Anyway, we do get back underway. We see these players here on the T side with a bit of a force up. They got plant down, so they're able to afford themselves up. Kalashnikovs, Galils, and a Mac 10. Meanwhile, we're looking at the CT side. A1S's MP9, as well as the XM. This XM in Result's hands going to need to do some work here as he takes the first engagement. We see his head taken off cleanly there by Disguise, with Sid Ivo able to follow it up, leaves it down to the man of ZNX. About to take a fight. Unfortunately for him, he's tagged all the way down just to a measly 5 HP and is forced to withdraw. We get Plant down in this situation. It's down into a 2v5. As we see these final two players just holding around, not wanting to really overdo it.
Yeah, saving. And of course, Elliot not there anymore.
Save over and try and put themselves in a better position to the next.
CNX gonna die. That's really unfortunate. I think he could have gone a little bit further away. But yeah, sticking towards you in the heaven, and you have that opportunity to get peak like that. Allowed it to happen, Tenor. Final person. And so, first round here. On the board for Grindas. Yeah, this is their T site. Yeah. This is Nuke. So that means a great combination for a round.
Alrighty. Well, you see the side, or the T side, really get things rolling there. A way to do it there for the Grindas. See how much farther they're able to take it. They do have a rifle to go up against. That's the hands of Turner. What that A1S to use.
Yeah. Double eco territory.
Now, unfortunately for them, well, they do force up into these upgrade pistols, a couple of deals, a couple of 5.7s to use. Those 5.7s, we saw them in the B&E match, do quite a bit of work. But we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, 5.7s, one tap, one kill when you play it close, so maybe playing around towards that HUD position, trying to get those fancy one taps, but Ramp will be challenged at least for now. ZNX bursting around, flash to come in, ZNX fully blinded, that smoke. I thought he dodged it well, but fully blinded in the process, so a chance to go down B, but also rotations to be had. Already a few men dropped down, a triple in total. And Shelfie himself already challenging just the fall. Magilla getting himself the opener onto the B side, and then at the trusted and I only one EM4 out of the smoke. He gets himself the first. Magilla will fall, looking in for a second, but Zugas with everything.
Oy! That's a nice little flag. Not anymore, though.
Oh my goodness, this round is already lost. And the T's have found it, even though it still looked like Tenor had something else to say about it.
Z and X, not much to do here. These will just look to try and carry over what little bit of firepower that they have. This is going to be a second round here. Onto the board for the Grindas. Things are looking good for them here on their T side of Nuke. Of course, the CT side FORZE are going to be looking to try and have themselves a bye coming up into the future. Won't be this next coming round, but we're going to be looking towards round 4 or 5 there for that full bye to come up, or 5 rather. So we'll see what they can do, but that's still a ways to go before anything is determined just yet, but we shall see.
Yeah, and only having one Armored Eagle to work with is not really too well, right? It's not really too good for CNX coming in. Might be a little bit troublesome, and he's also going to be down to 6 health. He thought he had a very easy way of going, but the bomb rate is, of course, getting up to a ton, so still losing 11 health on being in T-spawn. Didn't matter for this time, because he didn't fall. But Grindas, as you said before, going up to 3 now, pretty likely. And they are setting themselves up very nicely for more.
Yeah, it's certainly set up for a nice little position. A couple of USPSs and a Deagle and P250. And the hands of FORZE, of course. Full rifles and MAC-10s for the side of Grindas. Things could begin to look rather nice for them as they do move forward. Of course, they are assuring themselves a 3rd round, to say the least. A 4th round, that's where things are going to get a little bit more turbulent. Round 5 is going to be important for FORZE. If they can't start to mount a stellar defense, things could start to fall apart quickly.
Yeah, things could be falling. Opening aggression once again. Thrown in towards that ramp side. Grindas really liking it. And these pistols, of course, they will realize that's an eco, and that's the only deagle, so they figure that one out, knowing that the rest should be on USP, so just trying to avoid the deagle. Devo being the only one there to try and hold, and that's an A site taken over. Now they know where they both are, so it should be a site, and it should be around.
It should be around, but hey, there's some damage that can be done. Maybe a rifle carried over here. We do see Tenor falling back pretty quickly. He's got himself an A1S. He'll just descend down towards B. Meanwhile, ZNX, he's going to hold up on top of Mini. And deal out some more damage, maybe find an exit or two. But as he falls on back, getting him in the secret, he'll actually take up that A1S. It looks like they'd rather have Turner go ahead and try and challenge with a deagle. That's an interesting decision, but it doesn't look like a good one as he is tagged down. Drops out. Maybe he finds out one of these players. That player towards Silo is doable. The player red box is unknown, though. And we'll see him gunned on down by the MAC-10, living it all down to ZNX. ZNX looks to challenge. He knows he has to. Plays up. Plays for the fight. Wins the first. As the head coming off. Of course, he looks for another. His bomb goes off. He backs off. And the player venting onto him. It's tagged down a little bit lower. But he's not going to challenge it too hard. He actually looked right at him there, right at the end.
Yeah, no wall tearing there. Even if he started shooting, might not have gotten the kill in the end. And
yeah, no.
Phoenix happy to be alive, now getting an M4. Or an AUG, rather. Going for it. This is going to be an important round for FORZE to take, otherwise you're going to be down quite far here. Going on to this onto the T side yourself here on Nuke. That might be troublesome going forward. Fast play for Grindas we've seen quite often, and their economy 3 starting to wrap up as well. In round 5 we'll have to see result. Good opener. That's towards the ramp site. That's one taken immediately, and the usual aggression that Grindas have shown towards that entrance path now completely blown away.
And ooh, ZNX. Find out one. Of course, that's the opener with the AUG. The AUG has been such a powerful weapon here in CS2, so seeing it go ahead and ring on out makes a lot of sense. And advantage does start to get flipped. The AUG, man, challenging the up, no problems. Magella, the eliminate there, living it all down to the final 2. You're looking at Citavo as well as Bagsy. Is the last man standing now, stuck in 1v5, and this is a rather tenuous for them. And yeah, we'll see the FAMAS go there to finish it off. And another round goes the way of FORZE, bringing themselves within 1 of a tied game.
Yeah, FORZE are really looking good, continuing to find success. Luckily for themselves, otherwise they would have been down quite far. Now the buy, of course, still being there for the team of Grindas. We'll have to see how that continues going on forward, because some point their money will be gone, and that's after this round. When they don't get that bomb plant, they're probably going to be having to concede and go for either a buy with Armored Deagle and a few rifles, or go for an Armored Deagle buy just to have everyone on those weapons. It's going to be a lot of decisions to be made. Again, Source 2 probably making it a lot of a tougher decision to make. Shelfie with a good opener. That's Magilla falling towards outside. Still some spams. See Dovo almost getting away with the kill himself. Still left standing. Shelfie looking in for another himself. The player starts dropping in the name of Stinix. So outside being challenged. Dovo able to get down, but the player already rotating down to the map itself. Stinix now starting to possibly jump spots or plays towards that double door just to watch it cross. So won't be too much trouble. And been challenged. No one yet finding a frag, and so a little bit of a slow approach. ENX
NX, man.
Placing Alien in this team with the AWP and already making work of the AWP. Great succession.
He looks good with it.
Yeah, definitely a player to watch out for.
Definitely. I think the player to be wary of is definitely going to be Sidvo here in this situation. They're into a 2v5. They got 40 seconds-ish to work with, sitting past 45 now. Gotta look to maybe try and find his way either over there towards Mini. He find the side of ZNX. He's gotta be wary of Shafly. Shafly waiting. Or Shelfie. ZNX, unfortunately, eliminates his teammate, living it down to Sidvo. Sidvo has his head ripped on off, and 3-3 on the board. We'll see the tied game come on through. CT side starting to form up quite nicely now, as they have it all tied together.
That's a round. That's a third. And more needed here. GNX making it work for his team. And Sidova in that round, still the one as you mentioned, right? To make the hero play towards outside. Really trying to get a lurk in. Not to be. So, Tech 9s all over the board here. Coming in for the tease. So definitely Grindas now. Not going for that force bite. Just playing it as an eco. And then hoping for the best. Definitely decision I feel like is going to be more towards what we saw in the past. This nade is good, then a peek coming out. Shelfie nading the smoke together with results starting to spray and spotting the cross to come in. Tenor they have rotated down towards this B site. Now need to be careful of not getting rushed. They're still running. They're still crossing. Zugs himself getting dropped and Tenor falling with the Tech 9. Baby, or Beggy rather.
Or
still able
I
to
think it's Baggy Z.
Beggy. Beggy Z.
Baggy Z?
Still. Possible or Beggy. I'm not too sure. Oh, this is a good flash. Gonna be lining up. Beggy Z himself together with Magilla. Magilla's still getting flashed. CNX missing the shot because of the flash. Bounced off nicely. They're into the side now. They're having themselves a chance. CNX will get dropped by Magilla. With the AK looking in for more. Magilla single-handedly tries to eliminate them all. But Shelfie still gonna try to take the final piece. The only one that could do something about it is Beggy C, but he won't. So Stinix will find him. And now on A, person still running in as the latest one. Ruffle trying to make it all work, but he's gonna arrive, but possibly a little bit too late. All angles are being held, and Stinix should have him lined up. He's gonna find him. That's a round for FORZE, and that's up on the board. That's the advantageous position taken here for the CT side.
Nicely done. CT side able to go ahead and put themselves up at 4 in that situation now. Up by 1. They're going to be looking to try and look to convert the half. They do need 3 rounds in total to do so. 7 is that conversion line. At 6, you can tie up the game, and that would be a fairly good look for the T side. For the CT side of FORZE, you're going to be looking to try and avoid that at all cost. Now, as we do get back underway.
Further one, yeah. Round 8. And, see how things are going.
ZNX, that's a close shot, but it doesn't connect.
Yeah, he tried to find an opener. Always looking for one with the AWP, this time on ramp, of course. And a second player joining in. I don't think the Zugas is whatsoever aware, so he could be a sitting duck here, now expecting it. And that's usually a second. So maybe there's an A play. Maybe there's a push towards that A side coming in. Now that Shelfie falls, you know, there's only going to be 2 on A max. And you can try to go somewhere else. You heard the drop, so now you know there's only 1. But they're not anticipating on it too well. An AWP is not going to push solo into the ramp side. So you being aware of that, you should know. A side is not that heavy played, not that heavy guarded. They're not taking advantage of it. And because of it, they're falling. And FORZE is once again in an advantageous position.
And, close shots. Then, as we do see Sidvo nearly take a fight there. Fortunately for him, he's not going to be able to do so, and it's left all down to Raphael. He is eliminated there. He's all able to close it out, puts a 5th on the board for the CT side of FORZE.
And no one getting any cash here for the T's. Don't forget about that, Dugaid, and everyone at home. Look at the economy now from the CTs. 10k we have already gotten for ZNX. The minimum is 5.9. Okay, now 5.5, but that's still very awesome. That's going to remain probably for the rest of the whole of an economy to work with, considering they're now on pistols, and this round is 90%, of course, won by that CD side on paper.
Yeah.
Still having to see how these weapons will do, but that means you only need 3 rounds to play, and then you have enough funds for it. There's still a first player fall in the name of Shelfie, so I might have overworded it once more, but CNX immediately trading will make things a whole lot better. He's looking with the up for go for another, but impossible to get it done just yet. Player the name of Rasal himself, possibly getting challenged towards ramp. You've gotten yourself in a 4-on-4, so usually you're trying to do something fast enough the T's, and that's what they're going for.
I know they're trying to make their way up. It looks like they're going to be going over here towards ramp. Results. Let's see what you've got. Do you get results here from results? And he starts to fighting out the first. Oh, being overwhelmed though. It's labored and eliminated. We will see players try to rotate their way down towards B as well as over into that ramp position by Hell. But his shots ring through. Picked up AK, it's dropped immediately. Stinix able to find out a quick frag, leaves it down into a 2v3 with Stinix looking for another. There's the frag. And all of a sudden, it's left all down to Baggy Z. He's the last man standing and gunned down by Stinix, who's able to go ahead and put a 6th on the board for the side of FORZE, who are now within 1 of converting the half successfully.
Yeah, Stinix, like, opening the door, shooting, closing the door, opening, shooting. He just did the same thing 3 times, and it all worked out. Like he's delivering pizza at some place or something. I'm not too sure, but then slamming the doors open himself to deliver it. And in this situation, bullets in someone's brain. From Grindas so far, 3-1. They could have been happy about the start, but now really starting to lose control over this game. And sooner or later, we'll see FORZE taking themselves a half win. And then Grindas are all of a sudden going to have to do it all, possibly in that next map or in this one. With the advantageous position definitely in the hands of FORZE themselves. Early nades towards middle, or towards the lobby side rather. Execute now to roll in. Flashes, mollies, all thrown. Oh, still a molly from the CTs to counter. So damage done to the T's as well. And now choosing to go to ramp. Result will once again have to show us results, but only 1.
And no, he was cut out in the opener as he was trying to rotate down towards ramp. It didn't work out for him, unfortunately. We do see these players that kind of group up playing over here towards ramp. They're not necessarily committed towards that B side, but as we do see them starting to make their way towards A. The player over here in CT. Oh, Shalfie. He needed to get more. Wasn't able to make it work, though, and it leaves it down to a 3-5 with the advantage going the way of the T's, and they've gotten themselves onto the A site successfully. Drops the bomb to site direct. And a retake not really in the works here if you are the side of FORZE. Most likely a bit of a save call to be made.
Yeah, Phoenix. Trying to watch through the smoke. If he gets an opener, right, this is still doable, but otherwise, just going to be saving their weapons.
Center. Able to find out 1 there. Vo is eliminated. They're not really going for this. I think they're just trying to put down a little bit of pressure. They do have kits to use, but the time is really burnt already. And as we do see ZNX find out 1 with Jalop there on the trade, leaves it all down to the final man of Tenor, and he's just going to be going ahead trying to save, but unfortunately, with the new bomb radius, he has eliminated.
Yeah, and so Grindas back on the board for a 4th. Themselves now 2 more needed to tie up the game here, going into that second half, going into the flip. We still feel like FORZE has at least one of these 2 ones lined up. One of the next 2. It doesn't seem like an impossible task going forward. And definitely something that I feel like they're wanting to get going onto that T side themselves. Get as many rounds as you possibly can, and with that, this one is probably going to be no exception to it. An 8-4 would be insane for FORZE to lead on. 6-6, you're still thinking about it being a T side you're going to have to find success on, and Grindas possibly having a little bit of an easier time on that CT side themselves. We don't really know. Shelfie this time, once again. Aggression towards outside from Dovo, but he's going to be aware. Actually, Devo. Around the corner, swinging. Shelfie catching him. Very good opener. And that's one of the kills found. And the Grindas, they're starting to push their way into the A side. Once again stopped. And then they're usually opting to go for ramp. But maybe even some challenges as well around the smoke. Peggy C falling. Openers all over the board. Result even flying towards the ramp side. And they're just getting picked off. Cherry picked apart.
Let's
and
7-4 happens. This is the end. And oh man. Alright, that's a way to do it. Stenix just swinging is able to gun them both down. That's another round to go the way FORZE bring themselves just within, sitting at the half conversion. And now they're looking to try and go ahead and end this out 8-4 and have that superior half to play with here at the end.
Yeah, having themselves that advantage as well. And looking at the buy, definitely with the Galils, limited util, 8-4. Definitely still possible to cook up. CNX himself on the op, probably challenging Magilla here towards outside. This is going to be an important duel to take. If CNX swings, Magilla might have the opening frag. Smoke towards outside now thrown. CNX don't overstep, and with that smoke, it's creating cover. The nade, CNX making a play, gets Magilla. What a play for CNX. Oh my goodness.
Very nicely done. Able to find out the opener. We do see players starting to edge their way over through secrets. Playing quietly, playing silently. Sidvo. Way down. Well, Disguise and co. Holding out over towards ramp. They've got control of it. CNX is at close at hand, though. Playing with the up over in hell. As we tick down below a minute. They're down to a 4v4. Things are still going to be played rather slowly. And, oh, Stenix. Just you see Chalfie find out one, but Stenix playing over here towards entrance of hut. He'll be able to deal out quite a bit of damage. 2 players over towards lobby, 1 in ramp. Stenix is going to start to clear. About to be fired. He's going to be aware that they've come out of Squeaky. They haven't dropped down through vents just yet. In fact, he's in a great position to find the first. He does, leaving it all to the final 2 men. Alright, looks to go down. Disguise tries to make his way up to heaven. Raphael to try and play for a fight. Whoa. Jumps over the nade, but loses a lot of his health, but still is able to take a fight with Stenix. His teammate falls, it's all into a 1v2. Gets mollied out of possession and eliminated by ZNX, and that'll be all she wrote. The Kets are on the field, so we'll see the debuts come through with no problem. And that'll be an 8th at the end of the half. Putting it 8-4 to end things out.
Good retake there once more, right? Great trading coming out on the side. That money to force him out in the open. Just a great one for FORZE to pick up. And sure, Grindas starting off with a pretty decent start. 3-1 in their favor. Since then, the chances have gone south. And maybe if FORZE takes this pistol, they're going to continue with the momentum going forward. Because what we saw was they got that pistol. They didn't get the follow-up. Since then, things going wrong a little bit. After that, capitalizing. And once they continue to have that prowess now starting off on this half, I'm honestly not too sure. Grindas definitely not looking good when it came down to those rifle buys, or at least FORZE to just be reigning superior on every single occasion. We might see the same here happening on the team side. A fast push into A. Dugaid himself. Getting himself a double. There's still trades back and forth. Side still under control. This guy's himself not falling. Now he will. And the bomb to be dropped down towards that B side rotation to be had. And Magilla to pick up Shelfie with the duels. Just resolved himself. Door has still been opened. Now closing it. Might be expecting not to be in there. He's only getting
so
one.
Close.
That was a double peek from the CTs and the defuse to come in the end. Grindas once again. Good to the first bits of the half. Can they continue and recoup to continue on the CT side?
That is the real question here. As we do see a 5th, bringing themselves within 3. We're looking at 6th, 7th, and 8th rounds here in a lightning fast progression here on the CT side. Going ahead, getting it to a tied game at 8-8 would be a rather nice look. But we'll see what can be done.
They will FORZE. FORZE is going to have that force now to work with. That's pretty great, because now they're going to be the ones able to do the trend that Grindas did. But they need to win the round for it. They need to win it, and they can call themselves out. They have 3 Galils up against the M4s that are still there for the Grindas. So this is going to be a battle between the low util and the aim brawls. And that's still a battle that the side from Grindas can win all day long. Next 10 trying to get the opener. Not to be. Trade frag's not there. Sedivo with a double.
They needed that. One is able to drop down, but Magella's there, ready and waiting. All down to the 2 final men. Well, this is rather unfortunate. ZNX and result. It's left in a rather tenuous situation here on 2v5. I doubt they even go for this. They're playing 1 for range, 1 close up over here towards the lobby. As they start to peer their way forward, This first duel is rather important, but unfortunately it is lost out, and that'll be all she wrote. Baggy able to go ahead and get himself a nice first one there for Disguise to close it out, and that leaves it all into the hands of the side of Grindas. They'll leave it in within 2 of a tied game.
Yeah, this guy's really making a big play there. Big name for himself there on this server, at least for the CT side. And 7-6 or 7-8 rather possible as the buy. With pistols, of course, it's not going to be too much to speak of for the side from FORZE. So, you're really going to try and make it work with these pistols. Unless they want to be down quite a bit. And yeah, whatever Grindas could do on that first half by picking up that second round, winning the anti-eco. FORZE couldn't. FORZE was outside, so it's the Devo opening once more. Found spray through the smoke. Ramp as well being held. And everyone just peppered down here for the FORZE side, slowly losing all the fights they can. Bomb still dropped far away. So a slow execute. Still starting to come in. Devo. That's another one to the tally. Things looking worse and worse by the second.
That leaves it all down to Stinix and Co. And as Stinix is eliminated, result just playing with his pistol. Tries to find one, but unfortunately there is no 1D to be had. And we see the CTs put themselves within 1. We're looking at a tied game being on the docket. FORZE just not able to break through the defenses. Oh, it's a bit of a rough look, but it is what it is.
They will have a case now, so that's the I guess the light at the end of the tunnel here. Because if they continue to lose, you can see that the economy is starting to build up for the CT, and that's painful, right? CT economy is the worst that can happen because it's usually hard for CT economy to be there. And now that they've actually built that up, you're going to be able to buy up weapons on the more favorite side every single time, like a few full buys at least. But ZNX will stop it from happening. He has an op, give him it, and he will deliver.
He's able to find himself a nice little opener. Of course, that is outside Shalfie. Able to go ahead and follow it up. Eliminates Disguise. Magella looking to try and take up control outside now. Makes his way forward. Gets gunned down. Nearly responds to find out the frag. But Tenor is able to get away with it. That leaves it all down to the final 2. Looking at Bagsy and Raphael. Try and maybe deal out the damage. Molotov is going to be able to find out 1 there probably. Oh, nope. I think it's just shy. Yeah, no. Tenor's chilling. On HUDs, we do see Bagsy forced over here. Right towards the door. Do they check for it? That is the question. Make their way forward. Players entry their way out towards site. Spots him out. That is pretty much all she wrote. Unless we see Raphael do something rather atrocious here and find himself an ace. He is good for the first. Drops off it. Well, that's it. We do see Heaven smoked out. I don't think there's a chance to get into it here.
Usually would see, right, the CT side to be a little bit isolated here. The T's pushing together this time. The aim fight just got lost. He's still trying to find at least the final piece. He dies, so 4 players left for FORZE. But what you saw in the round very well was FORZE knowing that with team play sometimes it just doesn't really seem to work. So they push 1 towards like every single angle and they're winning all the fights. And it works this time. Maybe it's going to be captured on next time because you would honestly say like that is the style that Grindas would favor, as they're a little bit of a mix. Playing 1-for-1 fight should be where they're reigning supreme, but you can imagine, or you cannot forget about FORZE being very good individual players as well coming in. So even when you're playing as an individual stack, you're still not going to be able to out-frag everybody unless you're just incredible. And this guy's trying to beat that this time. Opening frag found on Shelfie. 5-on-4. Good start here on the CT side. And once again, that opener onto FORZE trying to walk their way down into the secret. Raphael, him dropping, and the Devo, of course, entering soon as he starts hearing stabs, but they're just walking very passively down into the B side.
Yeah, no, they're just waiting. Magella is there to respond. Of course, there's no one to play for fight other than Raphael. He's got to look really good here. Get himself 2. Things could be in a rather nice light. Would fall in that position. Leaving it into a 2v4. Be extremely huge. See players edging their way around. There's going to be information we had. ZNX It's a little bit of utility, or rather his teammate does while he's holding scope with the up. They go ahead and start to execute out. There's a player there in the corner to deal with. He's going to be the problem, and he starts to be. He finds out one. The initial up shot's going to be missed. We do see STNX there for one, but Magellan and Sidvo get all into the hands of ZNX. He's the last man standing, stuck here on a 1v3. Over towards double doors in observation. Checking his back. There's no one there just yet. Got the bomb so he can rotate up. But there's a player ready and waiting for him over in secrets and at vents. So getting himself into a site here is going to be incredibly hard fought. He has to deal with an opera on the B side direct. And then a player towards each of the exits. And unfortunately for him, time just does not allow. We're going to be seeing him opting to save. Inside of Grindas. We're going to bring it back within one to look to tie things up into the next.
And that ops has to stay alive here. Still cooking, no one jumping down to lose any more fights. So I guess just well done to play it a little bit more passively. But you're giving over another round and not getting too much in return. Shelfie himself buying that Mac 10. You can drop over a potential Galil. Might even get an AK drop to go for a peek. I think CNX is going to go for an aggro peek somewhere. He had the best spawn, but I'm not too sure where he's going. So maybe let's follow him to see what he does. He nades. This could be a fast A play. They're running fast. CNX is entering.
God,
He gets the first. CNX with a double. He's going into the
ZNX!
He gets it all. ZNX opens up
so
for
beautiful.
And there's nothing that Grindas can do. Now they leave the site and they're gone for good. Double digits for FORZE.
Oh man, that is so nicely done. ZNX. So hot to get himself on site like that. 3K to his name, only being tagged down. The 33 HP in the midst of all that. They just weren't able to react in time. Just playing super quick there. Looks super nice. We're going to be seeing a 10th round on the board. Double digits for FORZE here on map number 1.
Yeah, and as we said before, how huge is that double-digit number right now? It's very big because you're going to be only 3 rounds away from winning, and now you're putting... Look at Grindas' money next. Look at Grindas' money Dugaid. It is completely shattered. And you're thinking about it, okay, now you have a double eco situation, so you're forcing this one, you're ecoing next. I'm not too sure if that's even possible, so now we're really going to see what they're going to be able to do. Maybe they eco this and play for the full buy up next.
That's what they have to do
or
in
they're
this
going to be forcing, yeah.
Buying up here is a huge mistake in my opinion. Yeah. This is a tech pause coming out though. Oh,
they are playing for OT now. FORZE cancelled it. Like you can see, the CTs are playing for OT right now.
Yeah, they have to.
If they lose this round, rather, because they can still possibly win this. Otherwise, they have to go for full eco, and they might concede to 12. And as I said before, and as you said before, I'm not too sure if this is the smartest decision, Ryan, to go for. Do you usually do this when you're on like 13, when your bonus is on 13? I'm not too sure. I think you're ecoing and playing for like FAMAS in the next round. But it's awkward. It's decisions to be made, and let's see if it pays off.
They have to find the upside. If they don't, things go awry. We do see Disguise looking to take this first engagement over here towards Squeaky Door, playing by Huts. Bunch of utility being tossed out. Goes for the first swing. Does a flying thing. Tagged down to 47 instead. No frags going either way, but we do see Magella get things rolling. Finding out the first to his name. Of course, that puts them a bit of a better position. Him playing up here on the rafters. Such a strong position, if not countered immediately. And I think that the A site might be a bit of a bust, but as he does drop down, Results is able to go ahead and find 2 for himself. Raphael there for the trade. Of course, the op does sing out from ZNX. Sidvo finds 1 for himself, playing out of hell. And with the plan, Tenor to try and make his way up. He misses his Molotov, but is able to make his way down towards ramp along with ZNX. It's down to the 2 AKs here on the 2v2. The upset potential is there. Baggy Z making his way through fence currently.
Bomb has been planted.
And player heard him ramp.
Oh, opening the door. Does not work out. Of course, the Zidvo looks to play for the first fight. Tanner, they're just a gun them down. Finishes it off. And puts the side of FORZE within 1 map point.
And that being eco you're going to play against right now. Really looking worth about a second here for the CT side of Grindas, and this being their own map pick, of course, and Noob is still coming up still. In my eyes, a little bit of a confused pick. I would have I would have rather seen it from Grindas coming in personally than from FORZE myself. But definitely feeling like they have already been preparing for that newest map on this version of the Counter-Strike, of course. A fast push to come in though for FORZE. They're all trying to drop down. Ooh, all stopping right in front of it, but getting through nicely, squeezing themselves through the pistols, not trying to even consider taking them down. I don't think they were in position to hold down to vent. They were in position to hold ramp, or hut rather, but not a door push to drop down. Not to be expected, of course, and the B side to be taken over. Bomb already to drop down quite nicely. This guy's himself still looking in for a kill. Cynics to die. So that's an AK under control and saving in for that OT round, of course. Saving in for whenever there's match point on the board. You've got yourself 2 AKs, which is still pretty nice for the CTs.
Yeah, no, it's a good look. It's a good look. Also, I just got a presidential alerts that they were testing the alert systems on phones and that sort of stuff just now. That all just went off.
We have that as well.
This is the first time the US has done it, to my knowledge, at least.
Yeah, I mean, I sometimes just hear a very hard buzz, and I'm like, what is that? Then it's either my alarm going off because I have to wake up for school, you know, or it's something like that.
Oh boy, oh boy.
Oh boy. 12-8. And FORZE, one more Dugaid to take the opponent's map pick away on this best of 3 and get themselves one step closer to that close qualifier here of ESL Challenger of Jönköping.
Well, let's see what they can do. Now they make their way forward, some shots ring through. Sidvo's position is known. They're going to toss an HE after him. Lance just shy. Putting a lot of damage out towards him, but the first frag comes out there from Raphael. Eliminate results. Someone that's had some results, as we do see ZNX and Shalvi get out frags as well. Of course, Tenor does fall. ZNX looks to aggress forward. Lying over here by Redbox. Watches garage. His teammate falls. And all of a sudden, it's down into the final two's hands. Flash comes out. He's blinded and eliminated, not reacting in time. We see it finally all down to Shalvi. We see a very long run having to come out here out of Grindas if they do want to try make their way into overtime.
Yeah. Shelfie. Expecting the push to come in somewhere. Baggies. It's gonna be close. Shelfie. First one lined up. Second. Okay, Shelfie. Okay, there might execute a chance. He's gonna get to Magilla. He gets the 1v3. He wins it for FORZE.
Oh, what a way to do
it. Like, how did he do that, actually? It's unbelievable. Shelfie picking it up.
Well
having
done.
A youngster as CNX now in his team, kind of outshadowing him. He was the main guy to watch out for previously. But now, also the one to show off in the end to win that 1-on-3. I mean, we love to see it, Shelfie. Do it more often.
Yeah, we really do. We really do. Of course, we do have a little bit of a break in between map 2 and map 1, so we're going to throw it to that for just a quick moment. So, Dugaid, we'll be back with some music and that sort of stuff for just the next little bit. Should be about 10 minutes time. So, we'll see you guys very, very soon.
I just wanna sleep forever. I wish you'd call. Stuck inside a dream forever. Climb only to fall. I don't wanna bring you down, so I lock myself away. I told you I don't need your help, but now I wish you'd stay. I wish you'd stay. distant life was inside.
Alrighty, folks, hope you guys are doing well because we are getting back underway. Sorry about the delay. There were issues with GoTV there for a minute, but we are good to go once again. Oh, I forgot to do something. Hold on. I need to pull the volume on game. My bad. But we're good to go. And here we go once again. Of course, bit of a rifle round coming out of FORZE. I think this might be their first full rifle, but it's not too terribly bad just yet. As we get back underway, here we go once again, Dutchy. Anubis, some memories from this.
Yeah. Previous fault that's not on this channel anymore. not to be renamed. I mean, that will be I guess for us two a meme to be remembered.
Yeah, for a while.
For the people that might have been here.
Bit unfortunate, but it is what it is.
It is what it is. We'll continue though. A fresh start here, and FORZE going to be onto the A side. And can they be taking themselves the round win here? And then they can say, Harosh. Okay, let's continue. First round. Probably going to be taken here by FORZE, unless there's something else to say. They've taken A. That's well done.
Oh, results. That is a beautiful shot. So able to go ahead and find out the first to shut things down. And we already do see Bagsy go ahead and back on off and look to save. That is fairly good. Nicely done there. And well, as we do see it, going to be sitting 3-1 with that. FORZE going to be looking to try and get some more momentum going. Fortunately there for Tenor, he's not going to be able to save over his rifle. Really losing rifles here for FORZE is not a great idea. They need to try and save over as much as they can since they are just looking to try and start building up their economy. They're not going to have the best buy in the world into the next. So we're going to be seeing it first on the board, but we'll see if there is a second here in just a bit.
Terrorists win.
Yeah, 3-1. FORZE, of course, taking that first map of Nuke. And on Anubis, trying to do so on that T side, starting things off. Little bit surprised to see that Grindas came back so well to start things off. I mean, I do know Magilla to be a very good player on a map like Anubis. Maybe FORZE was not aware of that, but Grindas, I think they really like this map as well. So FORZE are really picking into a great map for Grindas coming out, where they might have thought to get a little bit of upper hand on. I have to see how this continues with pistols and M4s, or one M4 rather, for Beggy Z to be here still. Control from Tenor, he tries to peek. AK tries to do some damage. The opener has been found on Zedivo. He's fallen. And the SG immediately picked out as well. ZNX realizing that gun is very, very great as well. Really like to use it. And it could be really much back here. On Anubis being long angles, of course, you can really use it to your advantage. But it seems like they're going into B now. Close corners for Assault himself. And around the corner, 3 players lining up for Grindas.
Magilla. We saw some great shots from this angle previously. Unfortunately, it's going to be disrupted. Not going to be able to do any work. We do see Stenix there to close things out very quickly. FORZE do wrap up the rounds and put themselves up in a second. Let's see how much farther they're able to take it from here on out.
Yeah, great round, and as you said, Magilla getting a position usually being used to their advantage. Now a 5-7 and not able to get one. It's a one-shot weapon on that close range, but getting overrun by multiple players. Just great trading in general been done there for FORZE, and now having a very good buy coming up next against, sure, a good buy, but not too much util right for the CTs, and that might be something they're going to get overrun with quite soon. Going towards the A side now.
Yeah, Stenix just a bit too fast, maybe.
And Magilla's there. Yeah.
Oh, that's
a little bit too fast for his teammate to follow up, and maybe even for his brain to follow up there. Because he fell, and everyone will hit the deck now for FORZE.
Well, that is an unfortunate way to do it. Of course, we are seeing the side of Grindas look at the fourth now, as it is left down to Shalfie. He's done some great work there in the past, but how much more he can do here.
Heavy lifting required.
Well, they just hang around here for the time being. Don't expect him to do too terribly much. Should just be a quick fourth at this point. Let's see. Shalfie, do you have yourself an ace? I'll deal with Bagsy immediately. And, oh, no. He'll be shut out pretty quickly. Leaving it all into a 4-2 scoreline. The Grindas being in a rather comfortable position. Now 2 rounds up here on their CT side. Of course, Anubis, I'm unsure if it's CT or T-sided right now. I've seen some great stuff in the past match. They're on the CT side, so it could be CT-sided now, but still unsure of it.
Nah, looking for Orc taking that map in the end, right? It was both teams winning the T-halves at least, but not as heavy anymore, rather. Maybe that's the change, right? With the MR12 now it works, I'm not too sure. We have to find it out. It's going to be things we find out along the way, but FORZE, only thing that's sure is that they have to find themselves some more rounds to keep their momentum, to try and tie things up here in this game, and with that opener for Shelfie, that really works. As they've taken mid control, still a swing there from this guys. He's going to fall back, and that's at least good enough. Rasad himself opening up towards A, and it's making things horrible. Things have gone horribly wrong here for Grindas, as they're probably going to lose one more round. Look at this. Shelfie's been able to get all the way to camera without anyone seeing, and that's already a safe call with more than a minute left on the clock.
That is unfortunate, but it is the way it rolls out. We do see FORZE bring themselves now within 1. The tied game. Could see the 8th round come upon us and see 4-4 on the board. That's best case scenario there for FORZE. It's good to see, but we'll see what can happen going on forward as the bomb does get planted and a third is assured.
They're gonna start to hunt, maybe. Don't know if I'm too big of a fan of it because they don't have too much money themselves, but once it works out, hey, that's a little bit of the dice, right? Do you want to buy? Yeah, when you can win rounds, you can force every round, but is it worth it? Better to go for an eco. Usually it is, so maybe they're gonna play it safe. Maybe they're trying to run a little bit further. At least doubling up in the name of Shelfie and Result.
Yeah. They're just trying to carry over what they can. Can't really blame them.
Tenor.
Ooh.
He still dies. So that's with a smoke, a nade, but yeah, not enough.
They'll be able to carry over.
Took long though, and they're able to carry over, and 1 person falls still for the side from FORZE. So you would have liked to be with 5 alive, because now Tenor is going to be in economy trouble, even if they win this round with like 1 person surviving. So troublesome, maybe for the side from FORZE, but hey, not so much to worry about just yet when you can put Grindas in the grave, which is 1 round.
Alrighty. Oh. As we do get rolling back on the way, full rifles in the hands. Both squads. Of course, those carried over weapons. They are, for Grindas, are incredibly important. We'll see what they can do with it. As a bit of utility is thrown out, so we do see a Xenax start things off, finding out the first with the off while blind through the smoke. There on to Sidvo. Some heavy damage also done to Magella, who is eliminated out there by Stenix. It's left into a 3v5 with the advantage. Going the way of FORZE. Raphael is trying to find himself a little bit of something. Unfortunately for him, he's not able to. You see results, find out the player there in the canals of Bagsy. Now, as they do edge their way over towards B, we see Disguise try and take up the fights, but Turner very quickly is able to gun him down, leaving it all down to the final man of Raphael, who is the last man standing here in a 1v5. And Ace just not really available. A team Ace is available if Shalfie can go ahead and find Frag. Each player getting 1 kill.
Something. Maybe that they can go for.
Maybe. We'll see.
Of course. Hey. Maybe some information about the other games that are currently ongoing, right? It's always fun to keep informed. Currently, Hawks, 1 map up versus the Chosen Few, but they themselves stand 5 up in the second. So maybe that's a 3rd map coming in. But aside from Pari Vision and looking for Orc, they just had a server change at 8 apiece on the Ancient first map. They're still playing, so looking for Orc, having some trouble. Aurora won the first map against Ikla in overtime and are now down on the map of Anubis with Ikla winning on that CT side, currently 7-2, so that might still go to a 3rd one as well. And of course, our own match, which is now 4-4 in that 2nd map. So definitely some cool games ongoing, but nothing that has been decided just yet. And a lot of games that might still go to a 3rd mapper here. So we've really gotten ourselves the 8 best teams as of right now here in this open qualifier.
Things are looking turbulent, but it is rather nice for all of these teams competing. Some great new CS2 coming out. But as we do come into a bit of a pistol for the CT side, Grindas, they've got themselves USPSs, Deagles, and 5.7s to use very quickly. Damage looks to be done. That HE. Well, finds a kill there, but of course this is left all down to the final Deagle. It's all down to Sidvo, who's alone and afraid in a 1v5. Once again, we do see almost a team ace.
Hey, can he confirm it? Tenor is in the middle, so not to be. So no teammates, but at least around once more. And you can really see, like, the fact that we're so close to teammates every time. Everyone for FORZE is winning individual fights, and them being alive with so many players are gonna not only give them the money to work with, but also confidence, right? Individually speaking,
Yeah.
these guys are winning. It's not like one is really falling behind. Shelfie, you can call him to be falling behind because he's only gotten 3 frags, but the final few rounds, he's gotten 1 or 2 apiece. Like, it's looking good for FORZE. Really, really nice.
And oh, he's so quick. Just gets himself into a hot position to play for a fight. And oh my gosh, Xanax losing that along with results, and through the smoke, the spam from the skies leaves it all down to a 2v4. And things have quickly fallen apart over here for the side of FORZE. As they're now having to try and find a way back into this, and it just doesn't look all too possible. Looks like they want to play through canals over towards the connector. They do have a player over towards the bridge, waiting for the smoke to fade. Of course, no one there to take fight with him. Meanwhile, Phoenix, in his way up, plays over here towards a main, finds the first, 49 HP, looks to drop some utility. Sedvo peeks cautiously to find out the frag, and all of a sudden it's down to Shelfie. 1v3, he's done some crazy stuff in the past, but can he do it again? Be aware that he's here. Do deploy some utility over there towards the entrance to A. They're kind of aware that, well, they could be coming from this angle, though they're not 100% sure. They're not double stacking yet, so they don't have everything confirmed. But as they both do watch that way, Bagsy, ooh, looks the other. That's going to give Shelfie a chance, but Sedvo, able to gun him down, closes it out. And it's 5-5 on the board, all tied up. Both these teams are now 2 rounds away from converting the half successfully.
Yeah, it's looking like a 6-6 in my books, to be fair. But it's all going to come down to this round, really. The economy for the CTs, loss bonus 1.9k, right? So they'll be on an eco next. They're really playing a pretty good game, but the CT is usually a little bit rough going forward, because you always have a buy coming in, but then 1.9k, all the rifles and weapons are much more expensive. So you're always looking to have a whole lot of trouble. When you win up 1, you usually use like 2 or 3 in trouble, and then you can still pick up 1 yourself. Sidivo opening up on middle, and Shelfie falling, and an entry to be had still. Second player there in the name of Tenor. He's going to be falling to Magilla. That's a double entry for the CTs. Grindas having a chance to go on for more. B side to be challenged, B side to be held on by this guy, still saying X. Expecting Magilla to be there, and that's bomb dropped and result in an awkward spot himself, having to go for a 1 in 3. And probably not going to have it lined up, so chances still here though. Can he make it work? Can he convert? Magilla is watching. Soon
I think Result
will walk in. Oh, that's a shoulder. Result still given an opportunity. 50 seconds. Result. Picking up the bomb. Double swing coming in soon. Result could line them up. But luckily enough, they spread up nicely, giving Sidivo the frag to line up. And a 6 there for Grindas.
No, spraying in those situations isn't the greatest decision anymore. And as we do get back underway. 6-5, we could see 6-6. The rifles are back in the hands of FORZE. Grindas just looking for 1 more to convert successfully. Have that 2-round lead coming into the second half.
Next round continuing to make us go to a half tie-ins or to a half win here. He's really playing some good kind of counter-strike, and I think that was a boost. Magilla, you monster.
It was a they naded the smoke. The smoke cleared and he found out 1.
Wow, that's unbelievable.
Well done, FORZE. Use that same thing to get Stinks in there. Looks to play for a fight, finds 1. Bagsy. Didn't expect him to be there. see things traded back and forth for the time being, with these players edging their way around. Utility is tossed out, and ooh, shots on the Magilla. Attacking rather low, but oh! Able to respond to it, finds out one for himself, of course. Raphael, good for a frag before Shalfie gets one as well. Let me get down into a 2v3 into the post blanks. We see Shalfie playing close at hand, goes for one, wins the first, not aware of the second close at hands, but of course he does back off. We see ZNX looking for a fight, but as Shalfie is able to find himself a second. ZNX now trying to clutch. 6-6 is on the board, and a tie at the half. As we do see both teams running and gunning their way up to try and find out another. Going up into the next.
Shelfie single-handedly claiming that round. What an absolute amazing start that was to this round and to this half potentially. But going into that CT side, we'll have to find out really what the opponents in Grindas are going to be able to do now going forward. This not being their pick. We'll have to see how the T side will be going. They buy up some utility, but the duels are also being bought around. Second bear also dropped, so 2 dualies out in the open here for the side of FORZE. As ENX going for the flash to potentially support, go for an aggressive peek. It looks like it will be mid though, but the presence will go towards. The only one there is Shelfie. He runs away as the push will be heard. Shelfie, he lined up a few. Player on B will fall. In the name of Baggies. Still, Shelfie jumping back. Headshots needed, finds 2. Shelfie going in for a third, and he gets them all. He lines them up like it's nothing. And just Raphael, all that's left, he's gonna fall. Flawless round for FORZE. Just kick off your CT side. That's amazing.
Well done there. Things sitting in a rather comfortable position. There, as we do see FORZE break the tie and bring it into their favor. Pistol round looking really hot for them, but as they do have the rifles and XM MP9s to use, Tech 9s and Deagles come out to meet them. Question is Grindas, can they find themselves a bit of conversion here? They're more looking to play their way versus A site with some first shots coming on through. Now, Bagsy able to find out one, as we do see Disguise try and find out one, but oh, what do y'all that fight on the result? Leaves it all down into the final three's hands, and all of a sudden FORZE, a bit more of a sticky situation. These players are looking to possibly make their way from canals. We do see Tenor go ahead and get spotted. Pops out a piece of utility. That smoke will slow things down. I'll stall them out here for just a moment.
Yeah.
Players edge their way around. It looks like they'll be opting to maybe make their way back towards B, but it's Magilla. He's out one for himself. All down into the final 2. And FORZE overcome it. There's one towards each site. Both players will need the ace in this situation to shut it down completely. At least needs to find 3 if they want to deal the damage. As utility is put down, that's going to go ahead and start to divide up these players. First one spotted out, Tenor able to find all frag. Of course, the smoke working into his favor. He's able to find himself a second. 13 HP to his name. Looks for another, tags down a player, but isn't able to finish him. Now it's all down to Shalfie. He's the last man standing, 1v3. His teammate found 2. Does he go for the final 3? That is the real question here.
Yeah. Splits it up nicely there, Grindas, and it works out in their favor. Yeah, Shelfie, I'm not too sure if he's going to go for it. He doesn't have any kit. The time is running low, so only if he would have found like 1 or 2 kills, he would have started running in. But 7-7. Grindas in the heat of the moment. The gate's still holding on quite nicely. Speaking of holding on in the heat of the moment, of course, the side from Chosen Few have won that second game. They're now going to go to a third against Hawks. That will be going to a third mapper and looking for Orc, who's in the first map versus Parivision, XC Power, Jerry, Belchanok, Hagaf, and Rojan. Players that are from all over the CIS region, of course, K23, FORZE as well, and XC Power, of course, such a legendary player still in there as well, played for Namiga. It is looking like a very dangerous lineup, and against looking for Orc, winning that first map, 1 map away from potentially going to the close qualifier. And that for such a new team being together is insane.
And it'll be a great look for them, but of course, as we do make our way back into it, Grindas here on the tied game. They've got to go ahead and try and play to try and break it towards 8 to 9 board, but confirmed just yet. I love this boost out, Shalfie. Good luck for him, but we'll see how much he's able to do with it. Because there's no one heading over towards that B side for the time being. Bit of a challenge over towards mid, over towards A main as well. And everything is continuously played slowly. We do see Result choking up. He doesn't get caught by the spam. Playing right here at the edge of the smoke. Doesn't want to challenge it just yet. These players will start to make their way through, but as we do see one come up through the back line to finish one off, it leaves it all down to ZNX and Co to try and close it. We do see ZNX go ahead, find himself a nice little double, one with the D, one with the A1S. Of course, he is eventually traded out by Rafael. The rotates have come through, and they're fully aware of that on the Grindas side. They start to make their way, playing their positions up here through Canal. It quickly. This B side. Take control of connector, pop down some smokes. Now retake, looking to come through. Stenix and Tenor trying to do so. And, oh! As we do see Stenix finished off. Tenor, what can he do? Find out the first.
Yeah, and he knows where one is.
Oh,
then he
this
could be
is
lying
you.
about both. He's gonna kill them both.
Oh, the AG!
Oh no, Grindas. Double stacking is a good thing, but one nade might deal the damage for 1 million. As he lines them both up, and they're both sitting there in the corner, hugging each other, but with their corpse, not with a heart beating it anymore. Oh my goodness. This is a very good round for FORZE, but it should have been one for Grindas all day long here, Dugaid.
Oh, that's such a heartbreaker for them. They were looking forward to taking the tie back into their favor, but fortunately for them, FORZE, man, an AG. Able to just go ahead, toss it out, finish it out. Put the side of FORZE up at 8s, and now they're going to be looking towards 9 and 10 as well. If they can get towards double digits, they'll be looking to go kind of sour here. The Orgless squad, and as we do see Magella start things off with the up. The advantage is had. Now, Result does answer back. He does have an XM. Playing close is able to find out a quick frag for himself, but fortunately for him, he is eliminated. Still, see ZNX, good for a frag. Back and forth, down to a 3v3. Everything's in the realm of possibility. But now as it's down to the final 2 here in a 2v3, we've seen it happen once before. Can they recreate it? Possibly retake to leave it all down to the hands of ZNX, and unfortunately, as he doesn't have an AG, only an op to use here. He's just backing off, looking to try and carry it over. 18 HP and a dream, just not too possible. We're going to see a tied game once again. Right now, we're back and forth, back and forth. It has been ever since this second half began. We saw it tied up there in the first, going 6-6 at the end. Now, it's 8-8. FORZE, Grindas. So close together.
Yeah, all tied up, and I feel like the CTs will have to go for a FORZE by themselves, which is going to be a little bit problematic. Double eco situation. JL could potentially either buy some utility or drop over an SMG to one of the players. And as you are FORZE right now, you want to take down the economy from Grindas as well, because it's still possible. They themselves now 1.4, so I feel like it's worth going for a FORZE, but considering it's MR12, they have to think about it for a moment. That's why they're going for this tactical timeout. There's a FAMAS board, and that kind of sells the point that they're going to go for a FORZE buy like this. Deagle drop back into the hands of... who is that? Probably Deagle towards Result himself. Yeah, they heard this problem point. Result gonna get that Deagle, of course, from Sidix. So now you see the 2 FAMASes, the pistols, and then an AWP to try and deny this from happening, winning this round, and they're probably gonna crawl their way back. Otherwise, double digits for Grindas, most certainly there. So this is a real big chance now for Grindas to take it or for FORZE to break it.
No, this is a rather massive round for both these squads. But let's see what they've got. Mosses in the hands, like you were saying there for FORZE. They do have that ult that was carried over at Deagle. For the other 2, meanwhile, Galil's a Kalashnikov back 10. And of course, the green gun, the op. The server as well.
Ooh, a little boost. Oh no, calling it off. 2 FAMAS in middle. Doubling up. Trying to run through the smoke. Now re-aggression. Flash, of course, being lined up. You hear it pop, and it will go. Oh, it's a nade. Actually, it blows open the smoke. Creates a vision, but it will be the B execute. For the side from Grindas to come in. They will spot this side to be clear. And I'm not too sure if you want to go for the 5-on-5 retake, or I think you want to go for the 5-on-5 save. Just to have these buys coming in to your next full buy. But then still, what was the point of forcing?
Well, it looks like they kind of want to go for it. No, there we go. They're backing off. I thought for a second there they were looking to try and bring over what they can, but as they don't, that's going to be all she wrote with it. Rather unfortunate, but it is what it is. Alrighty, that'll be a 9th. Things are looking good here for Grindas.
And by the way, did you know, for the people at home as well, down in the bottom left, there's a little timer. You know where that is for?
That's just the time, isn't it?
No, it's not the time. It's the build. It's when the last update was.
Oh,
so that means that is when the game got updated last, or what current version you're on. It's pretty cool secret, so you can see when there's been an update. So there's been an update, and it is American time, I think. So it was like 1 a.m. for me, approximately. For you, 1837.
Yeah.
Yesterday. That was the last update that we saw. I think it's a cool feature. People have disabled it, but you can disable it as well, I think, with like CL show build or something. But I think it's a cool feature they've added, just to see what has been the last update on what build you are currently at CS.
Yeah, no, it's not a nifty little feature, but we'll probably see a lot of builds coming out here in the next little bit. Now, we do see a bit of mid presence here for the Force side. They're playing 1 towards each site, 3 over towards mid and bridge. They don't get anything for it, as we do see these players looking to up their way over here towards that B site. You are looking at results, getting that information, looking to play for the fight. He's got himself a deagle. He's close at sight. Go ahead. Look to try and clear him. The Molotov comes out, forces him forward, but as he is burned up and eliminated after finding 1, it leaves it down into a 4v4. Boss Tenor is trying to find a frag as well, but isn't able to do so just yet.
This is a retake you're going to go for if you're a CT, right? Because you have nothing to lose. So this is going to be brawling on the side going in.
Oh, man. Slow, but I don't know if they're doing it. They don't have any kits. They're going to be looking to save over that big green gun that up into the next. Try and save over what mosses they have as well. Maybe look for exits. See a bit of pressure from Shelfie. Of course, it isn't going to net anything. As every player backs on off, counting over what they got. We see double digits for Grindas. Out within 2 of that point.
Yeah, 13 is the lucky number. Of course, you're gonna have that full buy coming in. Nevertheless, for FORZE, they will slowly start building that economy. They had that work in, because they were the ones to pick up the first few rounds in the half, so they will always be in the lead. At least loss bonus-wise. But economy-wise, that's obviously not to be. The teams will have so much money now still in their bank accounts. FORZE will have to win themselves, or win a few rounds in a row, just to take them down in their economy. So this will be a little bit rough. The T side definitely looking great right now, and this boost to come out. ZNX, he's gonna swing, but he could have held it, and that gives Magilla the chance to take him down. ZNX was watching, he swapped back just to re-peek, and then Magilla was already there, able to hold and able to just strike him down. Opening frag found, 5-on-4 created, and the entry certainly here now for these teams.
Oh, Shelfie.
Shelfie the trade on middle. The op that he picked up, definitely back to use that weapon. He's not going to be aware of Baggy Z to be around the corner. B challenges as well to come in here. For the side from Grindas, still playing it very, very slow now. Stinix, first one to actually get contact, as well as Tenor trying to jump spot for Magilla. Smoke debate some time. The nade in the smoke. The kill to be had on the middle, as well. Result to receive pressure. Baggy Z to fall down. Mid tried to be exploited, but I think that FORZE has just held on quite nicely. The bomb is moving into B. Result is on low health, so he is going to have to try and hold it with limited health to work with. Challenge towards B from the op as well. Magilla down to low. Turn into a very weird round now in a 2-on-2.
No, I'm not sure what they're going for. It seems like they will go towards A. Result's still here. He's still holding. Of course, his teammate Tenor starts to rotate around. Results, oof, gunned down quickly, though. We do see the damage done to Magella. He falls, but into a 1v2, and I don't know what Tenor can do in this situation. Just a FAMAS to use, no utility. Got the armor. He's got to deal with a player at near 100 HP. Well, that's rather low. They have a good amount of utility to use. They have 2 AGs and flash. Tenor. Way up. Goes ahead and oof, taking the first fight. We see Magella win it out handedly. And put the side Grindas up at 11. Now within 1 of hitting map point and sending us on into map number 3.
Yeah, Grindas have it all in their hands right now to do it. Have it all to prove, and FORZE still have yet to win that one round just to start off with a comeback. Once you don't even start with a comeback, things will become a whole lot harder. Thinking of what to buy, MP9 in the end. Where person is gonna go for in the name of Rasal himself. Watching middle now. 3 more rounds to tie things up here, the gate. That's all they're really looking for.
Yeah.
And you can see Grindas trying to abuse middle more often, but previously that was where they fell. I think B has been their main success point and trying to exploit it themselves. Shelfie getting himself a little bit of a hit here towards the B side as well, taking him down. Always falling left, right, and center. And all of a sudden, a 5-on-2 that has been created cannot still been pushed by Raphael. This looks like this is a round for FORZE written up. They should go to 9 here.
I don't think we're going to be seeing map points on the board just yet. I think it might survive for a little bit longer. Now, something to note. FORZE can go ahead. Force them to force on up there on the side here. We'll see them drop their economy down rather low. Then at that point, FORZE have the chance to break them and really get themselves onto the board at towards double digits in 11. As we do see Shelfie finish it off. They have the buy round into this, the T side does. But we'll see how far they're able to take it. Their economy will start to be in tatters if they're not too terribly careful. We see players buying down to 2k and 1k. That's what I was talking about.
Yeah. Players gonna get themselves low on the cash for Grindas soon. And for the side from FORZE, not too much to worry about, at least for this round, right? Losing this, sure, you get yourself a match point, but you will still have that full buy of goals going. Or Grindas, rather, will get themselves the match point. You have to fight back. Once you win this round even more, your economy is going to start to be built. You have 2 full buys coming in, just to avoid them from being winning. But this is a good opener for Magella found on middle.
Enormous.
And no one from the side from FORZE now covering mid, so there should be a push coming in soon. CNX will soon get challenged himself as well, and now they've taken full mid and they've taken an entry, so this is exactly what Grindas have hoped for a few rounds in a row, and will now finally have what they've hoped for so long. 2-and-2 setup, and FORZE trying to desperately find themselves a trade.
Magella.
Too good. Shelfie picked up that double up, but unsuccessful to use it to his advantage, and mid as well. Only starting to be exploited still. 2 on the mid side. 2 on the A side rather now coming in. And Stinix to try to deny it from happening. CNX who's gonna have to fight them up front. CNX with the arm. Missed the shot and now paying the price for it. Just Stinix around the corner, line it up. But not good for more than 1. And sure, you have a buy, but you also have a match point conceded for Grindas.
That is so unfortunate there for FORZE. That's the round they desperately needed. Go ahead, break the economy of Grindas. Put yourself at double digits. Be at 10. Be within 1. Now you have to fight for overtime. 3 rounds in a row are needed, and you're calling it safe here. I think things through to figure out how you can take this and put up a stellar defense against this T side of Grindas has just looked so pivotal.
I like what I'm seeing from Grindas now coming out, and as we said before, like They know there's are gaps on middle to be exploited, and you can immediately see as soon as I make that call, not that I'm the one to make that call, you know, but like just in general, as soon as you realize that there's a gap to be exploited, now they're pushing it with few, get that entry, and then they swarm it with 3, and you can immediately see that FORZE is just not sure what to do. They stack with 2 to B, 2 to A, but they're also trying to make sort of a trade, which fails because Magilla picks it up with the op, still watching as there is an exploit that's coming in. Grindas have at least gotten an ID every single time what FORZE is doing, and Result this time knowing what he needs to do. See, and next with a second, FORZE up 5-3 in this round.
FORZE, that's massive. Go ahead, find themselves a bunch of entries. Both coming from that A main position. Of course, we do see Raphael looking to possibly challenge them. God, that's a smart idea. Pops a flash their way, swings in, and results! Able to find results. Puts it all down to the final 2 men. Of course, they have a ways to go before anything is yet decided. Sedvo. Skies. They slowly around the map. A minute remaining, but they're stuck into a 2v5.
Yeah, oh boy, this is awkward. Sedivo with the op, of course, trying to save, and they realize the urgent situation here. They know that they are only getting 1.4k, and that might be double eco situation, which is going to be left in an overtime. So they better save these weapons than go for a buy next or go for an eco. I'm still not too sure really what they're going to be doing. They're in such an awkward spot now going forward.
Ooh. Just carrying over. These players are going to be able to carry over every rifle there for the FORZE side. Of course, that op and Kalashnikov being brought over as well there for the T's is rather important. Double digits here for the CT side. Looking for 2 more. Trying to take us there towards an overtime. But still a long way to go.
Yeah, I mean, long way. I'm honestly not too sure how far this way is, right? You gotta win 1 more full buy and then against pistols. That is the task that they currently have. 4 AK or 3 AKs with an op, and then a deagle coming in. And after this round, you get 1.9k to gate. So
yeah,
winning this will 85-75% certain you of an overtime.
I know winning this one is exactly what you have to do. It comes down to this round. This round determines overtime or not. We're going to be seeing the side of Grindas be in a rather broke state. Just $250 at max to their players' names. 50 on most of them. Well, as we do get underway, let's see what they've got. This is an incredibly pivotal round. See them playing slowly so far. Magella, of course, trying to find himself an opener is going to be incredibly important. Have a possibility to get underway into this round. Now, that's we do see some initial shots being fired off. Result tries to go for a first, of course, just spamming away, doesn't connect up with anything. Backs off quickly thereafter. Waiting to maybe play some utility over in the mid to slow things down.
Yeah, really slow approach here.
Oh, the over-aggression! It's 10x! It's caught. That's an over...
What's he made?
I don't know, but, you know, it's all down to Shalfie now. We're on site direct. Of course, his teammate has to rotate through. He's looking to challenge. They shouldn't be expecting him here. He's able to find out one. Able to back up successfully after dropping down a Molotov. They're able to work, do the work there, but the smoke goes down response. Any hope that Grindas had at finding themselves a massive opener hasn't come through. Now there's a player there from connector spots. One Result finds a kill. Of course, Result and Tenor have to play for a fight, and as we do see Tenor drop down, it's left all down to the final man. This is a way to drop it. Unfortunate here for the side of FORZE. They had the chance to take us into overtime. This round will determine it. But it's now left all down to the final man of ZNX. 1v3 with the op. Makes his way forward. Of course, they have the information there from the skill by bank. Shots ring through. That'll be all she wrote. We see the side of Grindas bring us forward, looking to go ahead and try to take us even farther forward. We've got ourselves map number 3 coming up in just a little bit. Currently just waiting for Code TV and stuff to catch up into that. So once we do, we'll be good to go. But folks, we have ourselves a little bit of a break before we roll into things. So don't go there. We'll throw it to some music, throw us to the pause screen, and we'll be back in just a little bit. So see you guys very soon.
Keep walking down the line. Don't ever turn away. Keep walking down the line. Don't ever turn away. Keep walking down the line. Keep walking till the break of day. 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 Till the break of day.
You got me hypnotized. Just one look, I get lost in your eyes. You got me mesmerized. You're playing tricks and messing with my mind. You got me hypnotized. You got me hypnotized. Just one look, I get lost in your
Alrighty, folks, we're rolling into the final map of this best of 3. Of course, it is FORZE versus Grindas looking to face off here. But this is the final one. This is where it is decided who goes into the closed qualifier. And boy, oh boy, it has been a feisty match so far.
Yeah,
But now,
we're
as we
gonna
do get rolling our way once again, let's see what they got, Dutch.
Yeah, both map picks go in the opponent's way. And that really sets the tone for this series now going into that third where it's all going to be decided. CT side start for FORZE. Both teams, of course, have had their successes on the CT side as soon as they started things off. And, oh, Magilla still jumping around, trying to stay alive and catch his Shelfie off. Grindas might take the first round there on the T side. As they're trying to take them down, running in. B2K still doing damage. Tanner, he did a lot. And now trying to fight the final piece. Tanner still left. Tanner could still do this. He's hunting them down. He's trying to find it, but Rafael does it all. Finds the final piece in a nick of time. He catches it, just barely. The round goes the way of Grindas.
Well done, well done. We do see them go ahead and put themselves in a rather comfortable position. You love to see it when it goes their way, but of course we'll see what they got going forward as we do.
Yeah, the other games are also still ongoing. Chosen One and Hawk still waiting on the third map to start. Aurora 6-1 up in that third map. Aurora having a very good chance now, also on Mirage, to be claiming themselves that spot. Could be a team we kind of expect to go there, but will another team of CIS region will be joining them? Or is it going to be a team of Grindas able to do so? Walking their way in towards the B site. They've instantly taken everything. They squirmed it around, and that's how you take the B side, apparently.
Apparently it is. It's a good look, though. Well, as we do see Tanner looking for a bit of a fight. Raphael there for that one, and now the final 3 that most likely opt to save a little bit of firepower they have in terms of that Mac 10. Not too much of a hope into it, though. Well, we'll see what they've got.
Yep, that's the round. That's the bomb going off. Still some shoots in here towards the apartments. And 10 are leaving. Maybe some technical issues on the side of FORZE going in towards their third map still. This guy sprays down 2. And the bomb kill down to take down result.
I thought he would try and save that there.
Yeah, I thought so as well, but on the other hand, I think he wanted to go for some exits, but yeah, that was not possible.
Possible, bit unfortunate, but it is what it is. Righty. Oh. Do get back underway once again. They can do. Make their way up, playing over here towards this B side. For the time being, there's not too much coming out just yet there. Oh, the Grindas side, they're playing rather carefully. Waiting to see if there's any over-aggression that can possibly be punished. There's not. Got to be rather careful.
Played an easy round. Beggies. Good opener. It's the first one falling, and this is very awkward now. If Grindas takes this round, there's so much going their way. Even a player in window already boosted in Magilla's name. And up in the con, still a player waiting. Stenix lines up a triple. That could have been a round win there already if Stenix didn't get it done. And now he's still left standing and able to make FORZE go into a second lifeline. This molly, this nade, the spray to take him down. And all that's left for Assault to stop Disaster from striking. A 3-0 would definitely be a very good position for Grindas to be in. Result is going to go into the smoke. Result tries to take Magilla. That's 1, and that won't be the 2nd. This guy's to do it. He finds the triple in the round and gets the 3rd for the side. With Grindas on the 4th.
But for him, he is able to go ahead and put themselves in a rather comfortable position, to say the least. We'll see what they can do going forward. Back underway here in just a second. Let's see what they've got. As it is a 5-7 type of rounds enabled S. But up there for Stinix as he plays a bit of a hero position. Look at this boosted triple. This is interesting. You don't see this boost all too often. I think it here is rather nice. We'll see if he can make that sing, though. There's a player to be wary of over there towards B. It's definitely going to be a result. He's got that 5-7. That 5-7 can certainly sing out. But we'll see what can be done. As these players are edging their way around ever so slowly. Not finding themselves openers just yet. I think we'll see the move here in a moment. And result, he's kind of missing his movement. Opts not to go for it. Just gonna be playing his way, into some information. That's quite a bit of it. Waiting to drop this smoke. Decides to pop it now after spotting L2. Let's go stall things further. Looks like they want to play through underpass. At least one player does.
3 on A though.
They do go over there towards that A side. That's going to be a bloodbath waiting to happen.
There's 4 CTs. This setup is great. The gate, I honestly don't think that this is going to be an easy round for Grindas.
No, it's not. Especially as Stinix goes ahead and rings out for 1. Of course, we do see Baggy Z take an altercation. So far, not able to do so. He's going to come into a fight here once he crosses his corner. Unfortunately for 2 of them, Shelby, looking hot as ever, is able to find himself a beautiful double with the 5-7. Just like that, the round, I think it's lost. I don't know if there's a chance into this. Just 10 seconds on the board. And that's it. The Skies and Go, saving over their AKs. A huge upset coming out of FORZE. To go ahead and net their first here on the map of Mirage on their CT side.
Wow, that's insane coming in from the CT team, or for the FORZE, right? Really looking good. Themselves, obviously. This could have been the disaster for Grindas, but now, with of course Grindas fully investing into it and not having that economy, they should have had economy after this round going their way. They're now potentially going down to that tied up position once more, just because this one round got lost, which was obviously 1 M4 and a few pistols. But you can see how thin the wire usually is and how thin it's going to be for CS for quite some time with MR12, of course. That's a good opener. Stinix goes way aggressive and falls short. Opening now found. And once again, a round that is now in the favor of FORZE money-wise. Is the advantage not really there for them? It's an advantage for Grindas taken, and with that smoke on top con being deployed, well, Grindas have fully taken middle, and are actually having so much space now to work with in this round.
Look at this, they're edging their way around. A little bit of utility being played forward. Magella, I don't know if you were spotted there. I think he was. ZNX tries to put down a little bit of utility to flush him out, but he is able to go ahead and hold firm. We'll see the remaining players go ahead, start to edge their way around. Looks like this is going to be heading over towards that B side. The player to be careful of there. It's going to be results, and there we go. There's the information. Jumps around, backs off really quickly, opts to play towards sites. His teammate looking to join him, of course. That is Shelby. To play there with them. This B side, the side of contention yet again. This is where we saw the first round win really go the way of FORZE, due to that initial peak in the utility play that forced them towards A. Now let's see. FORZE can go ahead, replicate success, and find themselves a second round on the board as Tenor starts things off. Of course, result. Flash down position and gun down. We do see Raphael to go for a frag. Sidvo and Code start to edge their way towards the site. Shalfie plays for fight, gets himself towards the site, takes the second engagement, nearly wins it out, but Bagsy able to win it out by the skin of his teeth, leaves it down into a 2v3. Now this is a winnable fight though. These players, they're oh so low. Bagsy already eliminated, leaves it down to the player behind bench, the player over there by the pillar at Argent. Away rounds. Bench player, the Skies do some work, but as his team does, leaves all down to ZNX. Retaking with an op is a hard fought battle. Makes his way forward. Here's in that corner. Doesn't spot anyone. Doesn't find a frag. Ops back off. Did spot one in the midst of that, but I think it's over. Yep, he's backing off. We're going to be seeing Grindas go ahead and put themselves up to a 4th. Beautifully played round by them. FORZE nearly had a chance to try and convert it into their second, but that's not going to be the case here. As we do see 4-1 on the board with the bomb going off successfully.
What a round from Magilla mainly there, right? Because what he did there inside of Con, although he doesn't get a frag, it leaves Shelfie to be in an awkward position like, am I gonna go towards the window? Am I gonna watch for a window flank to potentially catch a player going CT? Am I gonna go towards the A side? And in that doubtful moment, he leaves his own friend down on the B side alone. he loses that fight. Otherwise, Shelfie would have been there straight with the trade. Now he still lines up one and does damage on the second. Unfortunately, he misses in the end to lose out. So that could have been a round for Shelfie still taken. But now, because of Magilla, of course, making noise there, you force them to go for one-on-ones. And although you can still lose them, you have a higher chance of winning, you have a higher chance of succeeding, and that's exactly what happened now, lining up a default A-smokes. And this will be Shelfie, called onto the occasion now with the op. It's a double op, stack and tenor to beat an MP9. Shelfie with the first, lines it up. Swing, of course, with the MP9 to come in, but Magilla to fall. And so players swarming the site, but also for the CT still trying to hang on. This is going to be very, very awkward. Snitniks behind the smoke. Catches up Raphael. Big Baby Z inside himself. Baby Z falling. And everything falling on the side itself. Just Magilla up against the world. And fails to do so. 4-2. And FORZE, that although they lose one round, are now crawling their way back and putting Grindas. I mean, I cannot call it a bye. It's going to be an horrible position.
This is a rough place to be if you're Grindas. You're able to win out that previous round. This one, or not that previous round, but the round before last. You go ahead and put yourself up at 4, but now, as we do see the side 4's BT side starting to form up, got the chance to go ahead and look to play for a tie. This is a bit of a save, of course. We'll see Rifles look to come out into the next. And, aggressive play. Gonna be a mistake. We do see Shelfie find out one for himself before he is traded. Bagsy, we'll find out that one. Tenor go ahead and find out one as well. That A1S is able to sing out. The Stenix play aggressive. Raphael finds a frag there with a picked up off. The dink comes through. Stenix retreat back and is forced. Play for that fight. Oh man. Now this is a possible round win here. Got the op to use.
Yeah,
Got
two
these
pistols.
dropped off.
Yeah, 2 pistols around it. Let's be realistic. For now, I'm not too sure, but hey, you got yourself Raphael on the AWP, and I was gonna say like, oh maybe Magilla having it, but he is obviously down, so that makes it a whole lot worse. So gets Tech9 to his own teammate. They had a Glock earlier to work with. We're gonna go Palace.
Palace Waterfall.
Yeah, Palace Waterfall, no flash, but A side been left as well. CNX is not watching. He might go jungle to watch Palace, but I think they're leaving A side. They're playing it retake. Let's see, Next gonna watch for Palace. Oh, he's at least gonna watch for Ramp, and that will also spot in Palace. That will also get him at least one. And it might even be the bomb. Raphael still looking in. Player spots that he missed the shot.
No.
Oh, he went for the fight evidently, and now losing himself the side for it. Still trying to recover. Players swarming in CT. Attack 9 to find the kill. Stadiva to fall earlier. And now Ruffle in a 1-on-2. Dropping down on the side. This could be huge. Seen by Result.
They know he's
Still
there.
having to deal with him. Ruffle still could do it. There's a Glock now to work with as well.
That Glock
Has
won't
the
do
arm.
the damage though.
Yeah, Glock will do not too much. Needs 2 headshots. But Result has no idea where he is. Time is running low. Result has lost it. He has no kit. It's Ruffle that has won it. He's done enough, and he might even take him down with a Glock.
No.
What is happening? Grindas.
Oh, massive.
But Ruffle with a Glock taking him down in the end. I know
that's
Result
surprising.
is. I know Result is surprised that he cannot win it anymore, but you should be taking him down still. You want to stay alive. You don't want to give over the weapon, or at least the kill bonus, whatever it is. You want to save your weapon, because now you're in an awkward spot yourself. And if Grindas wins this next round, Dugaid, we're seeing a 7 probably guaranteed coming in.
And this is a rough place to be in, to be honest. Well, get rolling back on the way. Just rifles to use for both squads for the most part. MP9s are in the hands of FORZE. Got 2 players on that. Results and Stenix. They're playing close angles. Looking for those fights, but oh, look at that. Tenor finds 1. Results. Oh, it's so close, but Magilla able to carry through it. Sprite finds out 2, picks up an AK. Unfortunately for him, as he isn't able to do any more. Scafley there. Go ahead and find the equalizer. Phoenix will play aggressive over there towards Palace, going ahead, getting some information. Meanwhile, ZNX. Woo, spots 1, but not going to be able to win out the bout. Puts the advantage on the side of Grindas. get into it. Three.
Yeah.
Around. Slowly over here towards ladder room. Wrapping towards A through snipers? Is that what they're planning here?
Yeah, maybe drops to be made. He heard the MP9 potentially in ramp. Now making steps to run back, so that's going to make the MP9 fall. Stinik maybe expecting a mid to A play kind of thing to come in. But it's actually B to be happening. And CNX to lose that fight there in Connector is very, very bad. Because you had a 3-on-3, you had everything you could have imagined. And now he loses that fight, gives over a chance with a B push coming in. Only one there is Shelfie. Let's see what he can do. Up in a 1-in-3 here on the side. Time is running low, so this needs to deny the bomb. That won't be the case. Grindas will go up to 6. Unless this clutch can be absolutely magnificent. Picks up an M4, but better off saving. It's 6-2, Dugaid. It's a T site. At least tie-ins here for Grindas coming up. And the buy from FORZE is not good coming next.
No, this is a brilliant place to be if you are the side of Grindas. You put yourself up by 4 currently, hitting 6. You're at that point where you would tie the half if you did drop the rest of the half. But for the most part, with the weak buy going to be coming out of FORZE, you do have the greatest chance to go ahead and convert it successfully for themselves. They'll have the lead regardless into the second half if they do play their cards right into the next round. But, of course, if they couldn't go ahead and look to expand that lead even further, go towards 7, go towards 8, maybe 9, they're going to be in a super superb position. Because, I mean, back in the day, back in CSGO, of course, back in the day, oh lord, it was like 2 days ago, it was like yesterday. 9-6, that's not a bad half to be at, but if you're saying the opposing side, go ahead and hit 9, at that point, now you have to really buckle yourself together to go ahead and try and crawl your way back into things.
Yeah, now a 3-round separating is just not going to make the cut. 9-3, not an 8-4 then, rather, because 7-5 is only 2. So, in that equivalent, like, it's going to be very, very rough going forward. I'm honestly starting to worry a little bit here for FORZE. And that being, of course, a stacked team. Once again, going towards the close qualifier. A lot of fans, a lot of people now joining in, of course. I saw JL as well in the chat, really trying to hype up his Lithuanian friends in Magilla as well. He's such a well-known player in the scene and playing so well in this game. Still, an opening frag here for side found. Trade frag for Grindas. But Magilla going all the way close towards the stairs area himself. 1-for-1 trade at FORZE, still keeping the advantage and rocking it. Succession. They will have 3 players still standing. And that's a third in the game.
Well, that's a massive way to do it, I suppose. That puts it 6-3 with FORZE. We're being down by 3. Well, now they have a chance to go ahead and play for the tie. I thought for sure we were going to be seeing the half conversion there, but they didn't play their cards right, and now Grindas are in a rougher position. They've got a Galil to use, a couple of Kalashnikovs, and a Deagle in hand. FORZE have the superior buy. This is where we could see 4-6, and then 2 more right after would be 6-6 at the end of the half. No lead to be had for either side.
Yeah, they will line up smokes. So this is going to be a standard AX sec. It has been working out in the past. Magilla with flashes and just some smokes to be thrown. No stair smoke, I think, so maybe still abused by the number 5 of ZNX.
Oh, backs
ESL. Yeah, he backs off because I think players are going to be aware of it. But at the same time, B presence soon going to start coming in as well. So it will be problematic potentially for FORZE. And out there still with 4 towards 8. They've been pulled away.
Ooh.
And Baby's falling. Peggy's falling, rather. Really opening up chances for the rotations to be called. They've pulled the pressure away from the A side. And now Grindas is not too sure where to go.
That's unfortunate for Sedbo. The Devo. Eliminated there. Leaves it all down into 3v5. Shots ring through. Man, another tag. Not the frag. Jello was able to go ahead and claim himself the bomb. Into a 2v5. And not really done here. I'm not sure if Disguise and him can hold things together. Especially as he is being spammed down and eliminated by Result.
Yeah, awkward position. Same for a lot of teams. Maybe in the half win we'll see some results coming in from the games because some of them are ending up pretty shortly. So I will keep you guys updated on what's happening. So you don't have to leave this beautiful game. 4-6. as the side from FORZE, they need a little bit more, I think. Maybe on the T side they will have more success, but we said the same. Whereas, of course, on the map of Anubis, that was not to be, right? And on the T side, they only found themselves 6 there. So you're having an argument about a map being T-sided, whereas on that T side you're only finding 6. Then you would expect it to be more CT-sided or something. You'd be able to do something about it, but that wasn't there either. So you're not really getting both of them going, and now on Mirage, you have not really gotten yourself that T side, of course, where you only found 6 on Anubis to really speak of.
Wait.
I'm looking forward at what they're going to be able to do. CNX himself trying to hold on with the ARP. Need to come in, but Jilla, the bench is blocking all the shot. The bench is blocking all the nade damage, but still getting blown away by Result with a double dink. Up on mid. Final 2 players. But FORZE in a very good spot to take 5.
Not too terribly much to do here, unfortunately. Well, edge their way around Sidvo. And play for a fight. Oh! Close shots, but we'll win it out. Just like that, it's all down to Rafael, who is eliminated and putting a round on the board. The way of FORZE. And we see it within one of a tied game at the end of the half. Final round. Half 1.
And a full buy for the side of Grindas coming in, so that's where they're all gonna put. They're gonna put all their eggs in one basket now, trying to make it work. And so is the chosen few. They're 1 round away now from winning.
Have any teams gone ahead and made it through into the close qualifiers yet?
Not yet.
Team.
Aurora is currently 3 rounds away from doing so. They're 10-8 in the final map as against Ikla. Chosen few just 1 round away. They're 12-10 currently on that 3rd map. So few teams getting there. Pari Vision as well on that 2nd map, 10-10 currently in Inferno. They are 1 map up, so they also are just 3 rounds away from doing so. We're looking for Orc, of course, trying to still capitalize and recover to potentially pick it up. So those 3 matches are ongoing, with this one, of course, as the 4th. We'll have to see how that's going to be. Keep you guys informed as soon as a team qualifies. For now, we're not having a single team going forward. All teams are hanging on, and I said it before, and I will say it again. These 8 teams that are now playing, definitely going to be chances for that, next generation potentially of CS2. They've played that full qualifier. They've had to fight all the way through all these matches. A lot of organizations falling short to them. So very great chance to do so. Magilla, that's a good opener.
That's unfortunate for him. He gets the tags down to 5, but Shuffling able to find out a bit of a trade before he falls. Of course, Result there to refrag it back and equalize it. That's nicely done. I think this is going to be heading over here towards A. Look at this player over in Palace. This disguise. No one knows that he's there. They're playing for the fights. And, Xenax, he's good for 1, but the trade from Results comes through. As we see it left all down to the final man over towards A. His disguise, he's into a 1v2. First fight against Tenor has to be a win. But I don't think he checks for it. That'll be it. 6-6 at the end of the half. Of course, everything tied all together there by FORZE. Able to win out a flurry of rounds. Put themselves in this position.
Yeah, and it's really good looking now all of a sudden on this CT side. I didn't really think I would say this when we're starting off with this half. Grind is really looking good, but now Fools 4 rounds in a row. Picking up that pistol, and you're all of a sudden in the leader on this game, continuing the momentum. They weren't able to do it on the first pistol, but that was also the chance that Grinders had to continue on that T side, so maybe they can try to overrun with the pistols, use the biggest advantage that still is there a little bit in this CS2 game. For now, a very slow setup here towards the B side. The Devo himself getting boosted, watching. There are players slowly starting to spring in. There is a push. There is also a flank from middle. And maybe still a chance for FORZE to recover. They're trying to peek into window, but that's where Magilla's waiting. And he's going to take him down. Still unsure, I think, where FORZE want to end up. You can see them still thinking, do we go towards the B side? But there might be a triple stack, but are we going to go under? There might be a Magilla waiting, and I think that's a dangerous thought as well to be in your mind. It's a Devo. Still swinging. Damage done. Players all waiting. A triple stack here coming through. Players trying to get them picked up. It's Baggies to find the fourth player rotating in. They're all here soon. And FORZE haven't even gotten the bomb plant. They aren't really even on the site. They've taken bench, but having to get the bomb planted soon. Otherwise, all players are here. They're still taking all the fights. And that matters the most. Because they take them all. It was a 4-on-3 in the favor of Grindas. But they all fell short. And FORZE was still alive with 3 after that. Absolute devastation striking. And FORZE, that's gonna be closer and closer towards taking this win as they will play against the FORZE buy here for the CTs.
And now we get underway. A little bit of utility being thrown out here. Of course, this is forced by both squads. Double scouts in the hands of the Grindas as they look to try and tie this game back up, putting it 7-7 here. It'll be absolutely massive. Give them a chance to go ahead and put an 8 on the board as well. They'll break the economy of FORZE, but as players are blinded out and they take up some aggressive positions. FORZE able to get themselves on site, but still the fight's not done yet. Players over here towards Ticket, stalling things out as Plant is trying to go down. As they finally get it down, they spam towards it, but nothing's found. What's a no-scope there through the smoke to find out one, but result able to find out 2. Stinix plays for a fight, looks for more, but it's into a 3v4. It seems like the back off has been made. Go ahead, look to carry over what they can. 5-7s, a deagle, a scout to use into the next. But FORZE put 8s on the board, bring themselves within 2 of double digits.
Striking distance, and Hawks and Chosen Few. Which other way to decide it than to go to overtime? That is a third mapper, overtime for qualification. Absolute insanity. Looking for Orc making it to go to a third map now. With a 5-on-3, they're currently behaving themselves in on match point. So that's going to be a third mapper. And Aurora, 11-9 up themselves on Mirage. Now T-side, same situation as FORZE is. But then, of course, a little bit further down the line. Just 2 rounds away from doing it. But Ikla having a man advantage now to work with in that round 21. Could be an overtime on the horizon. Looking for Orc, fully claiming themselves their third mapper. So there's a lot of Counter-Strike still here in the ESL Challenger Qualifier of Europe.
Now we get underway, and we see a lot of pressure looking to come out here immediately. Look to play their way up. Trying to get themselves these sites, and oh, the information gonna be grabbed there by Rafael. Oh, he backs off pretty quickly after seeing one. I think he re-jumps this. Now he's just gonna hold it in the corner. Players are rotating over. We do see his teammate Magella, the player that saved over the scout, gonna be looking for a fight. It's long range. He could be able to do it. That's a bit of utility as DOS. Make their way forward, jumping on down. Magella! Nice shot there. Able to go ahead and net himself too. Of course, that brings it all down to the final 2 players, and all of a sudden they're into a 2v5. This is difficult. Magella just keeps hitting his shots, puts it into the final man's hands, and oh dear lord. Stenix, you got a lot to do all of a sudden. Magella just looking oh so hot. Claims himself a 4th. The scouts and the Galil to do it. And that's gonna be the side of Grindas putting themselves up towards 8.
Unless FORZE can do something in this round. Look at the bias.
No, don't watch this, please.
Yeah, absolutely insane. Like, Magella is just another beast. He's feasting on them right now and trying to single-handedly strike down such a great team as a FORZE here. 6 more until we are going to be done for any of the teams. FORZE themselves only needing 5, but them losing this round and are once again back on a pistol buy. Magella could be jumping. He was definitely trying for it, but he's definitely feeling it here in CS2. I love what I'm seeing for him. We're still having to see how furthermore it's going to be. Rasad himself starting to spray. Almost. Person getting called in the name. Bagase. Or Baggis. Always have trouble. I always butcher his name. He's trying to go for it.
Unfortunate.
And Baggis. mean, I butchered his name, but he's butchering players. Result will fall. That's an opener taken here for Grindas immediately. Trying to start making their way in, I think, towards the A side for FORZE. It's probably their only chance they have. Cynics in the smoke, still the edge of it. Probably shown. Baggis spots at him. But doesn't want to go into spraying to the side of smoke as well. Out of pure combat, certainly. Benner with a trade. Looking in for more. He's not going to find it. This guy's on the side and everyone will hit the deck. FORZE is all going to be left just one person. Which will be ZNX. 1 in 4. Picks up a Galil. But has such a high mountain to climb with this knife out running. It's Raphael's. Raphael will find him. 8-8. As FORZE is back on an eco.
Oh, this is a great chance here. The side of Grindas. They put themselves up at this tied game, of course. They break the economy of FORZE. And now they're looking towards 9. Of course, as we look towards double digits as well. They'll be 2 rounds away from map point and match point in that case. They still need these 2 rounds in between that. Really look to try and make that surge forward. As it is a full safe round for us. They're going to have that full buy round to work with next. And oh, look at this. Is this a pop out over towards B?
Yeah, but is it going to work? How much are they going to get?
That's info.
Just one flash. That nade is good. And here they come.
Oh, I love that Molotov. Of course, we do see Sidvo go ahead and win out to Cynics. ZNX both fall. Liv get down to the final 2 men's hands. Of course, Raphael trying to play for fights. Finds out the first, while Magella is there to find out the final. Of course, as we do see it ended off. That's a 9th on the board. That's expected, but the rifle round comes through. This is the important one.
And there is a game done. Looks like Aurora have won against Ikla. They will be the first team in the close qualifier. So Ikla not there. Aurora has been qualifying. Looking for Orc making it fully towards that 3rd map. And the Chosen Few and Hawks now being 13 apiece on Inferno as their final map. With the T side, single man advantage for the Chosen Few now in that round 27. So a good chance for them to win it. At least on that T side. For now, pushed for FORZE to come in towards the A side. Good first kill for Result. Look at Sedivo though. Still with a fireball. Still be taking them all down single-handedly as FORZE picks apart the first 2, make it a 3rd. But will Sedivo will he be known? Will he be spotted? He's still not.
Check.
At least one he has. But how much more will he do? That's the bomb dropping. Sedivo now in a very awkward spot as many players are starting to swarm him as he's now the only target that have to feast on top. From CT as well, players start to run in. It's Phoenix to find it. It's 9 apiece. It's all tied up as FORZE are still not done.
And Zidova just not able to pull it through. It's the way it goes, unfortunately. But as we do get underway once again at 9-9, all tied up. Wait a second. Look what's in the server. Look what's here. Do you see that?
No.
Do you see what Magella's holding on to?
Oh my god. Wait. Why? He's
They all
not hitting the
boost
jump
him.
as well, but they tried to boost him, but
He
there's
just
nothing
didn't
on
crouch. Oh, disguise though. Going out to find out too. We do see ZNX good for 1.
That's the
Bombs
bomb.
down over there towards A ramp. I was paying attention to seeing the auto sniper out on the
And
field.
missing the jump. Yeah.
This might be the first auto sniper in a CS2 official.
Hey. Magilla has it to his name. We have it on our name as a casting.
I think we're seeing it. I think this is the first time. He's not able to find anything with it immediately, but, you know, I would love to see it just absolutely get a clip. The shots are ringing out. Oh, this is his chance to find the first frag. Ah,
No!
well, I guess it's not great. Does he pick it up? Shafley, grab it. Do it. Ah, he's not going to grab it, is he? He's down to 1v2. 40 seconds. He's got time.
I think he just expected it to be an AWP, but otherwise, I'm not too sure if you want to pick it up with 30 seconds or with 30 HP. It having to hit twice in the body, and now obviously you don't want to
just save it over. I mean, you don't go for it in that case if you're saving.
I mean, I wouldn't say save an auto sniper to bring it back into their hands is too good, but maybe he's now going for it.
Oh, come on. It's a great weapon in CS2. You know it is.
I've never played it, and I might never, because I might want to remove it from my cycle.
Yeah, it's from my cycle as well. I don't have it in. Does it grab it? Oh! Oh,
No.
went for the Molotov.
He
Didn't
doesn't
grab
want to
the
go
auto sniper.
for the shenanigans.
So
The
depressing.
round he lost. AK to be dropped over, at least a buy, but it's so thin. Look at this buy. You've barely any cash going. I don't even know if they're gonna go for a buy now.
I mean, who knows at this point?
It might even be more worth to save.
They could afford up. It looks like they're thinking it through. They're seriously discussing it this round. They're not sure how exactly they want to play it. Okay, so that's the rifle dropped over. I think they're forcing.
Oh wow. Yeah. That is a big play to go for. Because losing
is
this
must
round,
win.
you have to eco next, and then you're going to play for OT. This is a must-win, yeah. Yeah, exactly. This is the same as on Anubis, and we both know what way that ended.
Yeah, no, this could be where we bid it adieu here for EU streams, at least. There's another timeout coming through. Maybe there's just issues in the server. This was for the CT, so maybe they're just both taking a timeout to try and get something sorted for the other. Could be the case. Could be the case.
Yeah. And this is still waiting for the next few to come in. Right, for now, FORZE usually playing a very slow start. And, I mean, they have to fight back many times from a disadvantage very early. So, I do like what I'm seeing from Grindas going for such aggressive frags and getting it done. But FORZE are able to get it back very often. So, maybe themselves now with limited Utah playing a little bit more passive, not giving away the opener, might be granting them something to work with, which is much more worthy than just getting some frag, which is an extra round in the end. We'll have to see if that's double digits. We'll have to see if it's continuing. We'll get the opener. Shelfie himself with a trade down to low health, so he can have an AK, or at least have another look in, as the Galil did fall. Jello with the AWP. Getting sticks out of nowhere. That's an advantage for Grindas taken. And this was a round they desperately needed, or for FORZE rather. So this is going to be very awkward now, not being in the man advantage and a player down to low health. There will be a boom push coming in. Magilla watching them as they fall. And ZNX will make him fall now as it's a 3-on-3 created still. Rafael out of the smoke, out in fighting. And just one for him. ZNX with the trade and Shelfie down to low health. It's still not fully out of dangerous waters just yet. This round is not fully taken yet for FORZE. They have gotten the bomb plant, but still a 2-on-2 to fight back on. And a nade might do a lot of damage. The damage to be done, the kill to be found. Another player that was down to low health all along in Shelfie, down to 22. Do they realize he's in apps? Vegas is trying to look for it. He will find it. Grindas is up to 11. And this is a round they had to take, and they will find it. 11-9. 2 rounds away from going to the close qualifier.
Oh, man. 1 round away from it. Of course, the buy, not the greatest in the world. FORZE can afford up a little bit. When I say a little bit, it is a little bit. It's just a tiny bit. They're not going to be able to afford up all they would like. And as we do get rolling into this, 11-9. Kits are coming out into the field, of course, there for the Grindas side. Meanwhile, FORZE, they force up as much as they can, which includes a Krieg to play at range. And is he challenging this immediately? He is. Look at this. Magella not going to be taking the fight just yet. He's blinded off and smoked out. Ball's back there.
You've got a Galil that's not the best. But there he will be. A little bit of presence on middle. And then a Palace pop that will be unpredictable. So this could be a very great setup that FORZE has now opted to go for.
Oh. Aggies. Find out one as we do see disguise there for a frag as well. The HE able to find one, of course, result. To get one in the midst of that. Shafley gets information on one. They know that this is going to be heading over here towards A as the bomb goes down. Magella finds the kill. They get down to the final two. Of course, FORZE now in a rather difficult situation. Disguise and Co are trying to find the fights. Unfortunately here for Disguise, he'll be finished off by Shafley. Able to go ahead and grab himself one. He backs his way up, but now he's all alone. He's into a 1v3. This might be all she wrote. As he plays over here towards Gone. Don't grab that Krieg. Maybe. There it is.
It's a good weapon.
But, of course, all these players are there on that left-hand side and not over there towards Ticket whatsoever. They're playing bomb direct. No one can blame them for that. Did Evo gonna have the initial fights, of course. Magella can go ahead and back him up with the op. And as timing works up, that is 12. Not another buy to have if you are FORZE. Have to play from overtime from here on out. Look for 13 to be around the corner here for Grindas. A timeout is called.
And then going to the close qualifier when they win this round. The Chosen Few have just secured their spot as well. So we've got an Aurora and the Chosen Few qualifying over Hawks themselves. And of course looking for Oregon Paravision still getting started on that third map soon enough. So maybe we can get some nice rates for a streamer that's then on that timer. Still have to find that out, of course, as soon as this game, because this game might still go on for some time if FORZE can continue. A lot of people joining in, of course.
I'm looking to see who's going to take this right here at the end.
Yeah. Who will be that close qualifiers team? Grindas could be the one. Earlier today, of course. The team has Chosen Few making an upset like that against One Win, winning against One Win to now be qualifying. We expected them to do it as well. Hawks still making it close, and Grindas as well. They had a grind against Bar. FORZE need to win against Pressy, such an impressive team. And now themselves having trouble against that team that earlier had trouble against Bar, which we did not necessarily expect to make it that far in the tournament, but really back and really CS2 heroes here maybe. Going on further. Definitely chances for the Magella to lead the charge once more. One more round, Dugaid. One more. And then Grindas can be in the close qualifier.
Now, the thing is about this round, we want to take a quick look at the setup here for FORZE. They do have themselves a bit of utility to play for this execute, and they're going for default execute over towards A. They start to toss out that utility, going ahead, putting down a little bit of damage. Of course, they catch an HG in response. We do see Disguise try and go for a spam, but players close at hand. Oh, he's able to find him out. Of course, goes for a second. Not going to be able to hero it out, though. He is eliminated by Results, who leaves it down into a 4v4, and it looks like the retake is about to come through. Now, Baggy's able to find out one. We do go see him have 2 to his name, leaving it down into the final 2-3 here. A little bit of utility being played out. Firebox going to be fired out. Of course, over there towards Jungle and Sandwich is where these players are. You're looking at ZNX and Co. trying to play their way up, but ZNX is gunned down. It's the final player. He's got to look to try and do this. It's all down to Shafi, and as he's eliminated through the smoke by Magella, that will be all she wrote. We are seeing Grindas move their way forward into the close qualifier. 13-9 there on map 3 to close it out. And well done by both squads, but Grindas able to go ahead, make a bit of a debut coming up into this closed qualifier. That'll be happening on the ESL streams. But folks, that is all she wrote for us here on this stream for the EU Open qualifier. Of course, tonight we will be covering day 2 of the NA qualifier, or I will be. DutchBoy will be bidding adieu after this one, getting himself some rest. But well done by all the squads involved. It has been fantastic so far.
Yeah, absolutely amazing. We've seen an amazing sort of events, of course, here happening. We've seen day 2. I've casted day 1 as well. A lot of upsets there to be made, and usually that's always there with the with those qualifiers, right? Day 1 always making a lot of upsets, and then day 2 usually the stack teams falling to the teams that are still remaining. But we already saw One Win losing, Bad News Eagles losing, OO Nation losing, Pressy losing, Sashi losing, 500. All incredible teams that aren't gonna be here. The Chosen Few, Aurora, and Grindas. And what can they do once they go up in those close qualifiers, right? Against Movistar Riders, against Big, against Apex, against Spirit, that are obviously going to be preparing for Source 2, but that haven't really gotten the, I guess, right now that's weird to say, but most of the experience from playing the officials, right? In terms of the open qualifiers, where they've had those matches, where they've had those stress full moment to play around.
Yeah, no, it's going to be a real difference maker. This close qualifier is going to be absolutely fantastic to see. It's going to be one of the big first officials here for CS2, and that's where things are really going to start to be seeing what trend we're going into. I have a sneaky suspicion we're going to see some of the old guards start to fall out a little bit more than what we've seen in the previous. We're going to see the new guys starting to really take their way forward. People that have adapted quickly into CS2 is really going to be shining. Coming up into this close qualifier and the main event.
Cadian just got benched from Heroic.
Yeah, did you not see that?
I didn't see that.
Also, your
Oh, my cam is gone. What's
your cam is
happened?
gone. Oh well. Anyways, folks, that is all she wrote for us today. We will be heading on off of the stream, and we'll be back in about 2 hours' time for the North American Open Qualifiers. We'll be starting off on that stream with Take Flight and Party Astronauts, so please be sure to come watch it. It should be a rather good time. We'll be here back on the stream for it. But without further ado, that's it. We'll see you guys later. Have a good one, a good night, a good evening, and whatever time of day it is for you, as we do see Grindas move their way on. So anyways, folks, see you later. Have a good one. Bye-bye.
Bye.